we got UD versus ZF. I'm a couple turns behind, but let's get into it. We got lead Scarm for UD, lead Pert for ZF. So I imagine we just see a Spiker. We're all predicting Magno. No scout though. But he's gonna fall short of getting the kill and get the whirl, so that's favorable. There is one layer of spikes up though. Oh, he's gonna be Claydol plus Mag, so that's a shitty matchup for UD's Scarm, unfortunately. Now he's gonna double on another protect. Oh, nicely done by ZF. So ZF's going to get this killed, but there's Doug True in the back, and that's actually not ideal. And there's going to prove not to be, which makes sense to World. It's just going to be Blissey. Fire Blast is going to go off here for a mere 11%. Yep, no surprises there. Toxic Miss sucks for UD. He's pretty much down 6-5 for nothing. There's going to be a spin at some point or another. A Gengar cannot beat Claydol really that long. Even if that's in the back, it probably is. Anyway, Swampert's going to come in here, take the spike, and Ice Beam for 20, no freeze. It's going to Earthquake, maybe Toxic on its own. Could be Focus Punch, but it's not going to be Focus Punching now. Toxic tore it down. That's a smart play. I'm surprised that Toxic wasn't a play from UD. But anyway, Gengar itself is going to come in here on another Toxic. Now Protect from Pert. And it's going to be a Wisp Gar, so that means that Pert's probably going to want to get its way out of there unless it wants to kind of Hydro Pump, but Risk HP Grass. And another layer is going to hit the Chansey as it dodges Wisp, which is nice for ZF, give him some leverage. Blissey on the other side is going to come back in, take an Ice Beam for 9%. Lefty is going to pretty much negate it to 0. Toxic misses again for UD on a Seismic Toss. That sucks. But, I mean, it's just little chip by chip at this point. Yeah, and now Toxic's going to land, but it's going to be a Wish Blissey, which is nice. Let's just come in a Spike, and another Toxic's going to come in. Perhaps this is a Refresh Pert. I mean, given how he's playing it, that makes a lot of sense. It could be refreshed. And imagine let's refresh in his turn, in fact. And it's going to do just that. Yeah, I know that ZF is pretty big on Refresh Pert too, so not surprises. Anyway, Blissey is going to come in on a follow-up with not much of a problem. Tara's finally going to come in to try and see a bit of change of scenery, and that's going to take a Seismic Toss, and that's also going to leave the Blissey down in the 60s with a Spike Up. So switching into like a Taunt Gengar, especially Taunt Wisp, would be actually kind of annoying at this point. And it's going to be Roar Tar, nice Roar, and he's going to get the Claydol in. Is he going to go for the spin here? I imagine you have to go Gengar. Oh, but nice, he's going to be a Psychic, and it's only going to do half to discard. He's going to Giga Drain up. Ooh, don't see that now. But now it's going to let it live another Psychic. That's nice. And now is it going to Boom? Giga Boom Wisp? I don't know. He's going to go to Starmie on another Psychic. That's going to crit do 30. So Claydol is kept from spinning at this point. Tar's going to come in here. Nice double as the Celebi comes in. All right, I imagine it threatens it out with HP Bug. So Pert will come in here. I imagine we could see a Roar from UD. Just Focus Punch. Oh, it's going to go for Reflect on the Roar. Okay. And last is going to be Coon. It looks like this is Beer Lover. So the last is although it could be a Flygon. I've even seen Metagross on these kind of teams last, but I don't think it works as well. It's usually a ground, just for Dark mainly. Anyway, Toxic on the Coon. And he's staying in, so that means it's definitely it's going to crit the Surf there. Shit, but it's going to be on a softball, so no matter. Predicted Surf there. Nice play in turn 29 by UD there. I'd imagine that this has to be Rescoon now. Otherwise, you don't play it like this. And on a team like this, it makes the most sense. Because Rescoon does quite well with Mag, as it's less directly threatening to Skarmory, and it would let up spikes otherwise. And also Mag plus Doll, especially great. I wouldn't be shocked if the Reflect Celebi is partly for it as well. Anyway, the Starmie is going to come in here. I think that that Rest Roar is more likely than Crocoon at this point. Thunderbolt's going to do a mere 19, just bouncing off, barely doing any damage. But anyway, it feels as if this Coon's a threat, like a big threat to the team of UD here. I'd imagine that going to this initially was more to scout if it was Rest Talk or not before risking something such as the Ground type or Tyranitar on the rest turns. But anyway, now you just come in up in the Blissey. Blissey goes ahead and forces a Rest, and then the Tar comes in and roars it out pretty much. Oh, critical hit there. Shit. And it's going to Rest here. And okay, it's gonna run. Yeah, so that was pretty predictable. So basically, if Ziev can find a way to cripple this Tyranitar, or even get rid of it, then the Kun wins the game. But also, last Mon Kun might not necessarily do the trick with, well, not only Surf PP, as it could be, it's not Recover actually, no, it's not Recover Storm, but it could do the trick, but, pardon me. Also, it might not be able to break through Blissey, and it also leaves itself open to a lot of crits. Also, wait, so I'm getting a PM, 1 second, sorry. Alright, so you're basically, the Kun, oh, that's a nice roar from UD. Gets another Gemini Blissey, so ZF could be running out of time with this Blissey, which makes the Gengar a bit of a threat if it's Fire Punch or Ice Punch. Another roar, and he's going to drag out the Magneton. If this is Toxic Magneton, you 100% take this trade, by the way. Because if it gets Toxic off this, it means that every time it comes in for roar, it's going to be taking damage from Toxic. I wonder if UD risks this. I think UD might have to go out to Blissey here. And if that's the case, would ZF then try and predict that and maybe get cheesy and go to his own Blissey on the Blissey and then recover up? Or actually, I think you're just Toxic, because Toxic, you could eventually force it to softball and then come in yourself. I think so. No, instead he's going to opt to get the Spike off, which is a great play, actually, a really good play from ZF. Because now this is a pretty free spin. I mean, Gengar can come in here, but it dies to Psychic. I think you just spin here, by the way, and I think that if you're UD, you go to Gengar. And that's going to be, yep, 2 for 2 there. But now, if you're ZF, you're just Psychic. And if Tar comes in, you can always spin on that. And it's going to eat the boom, though. It's going to eat the boom. Yeah, exactly. Now with these extra turns of life orb, you do indeed eat the boom. So that boom guard is gone out of the way. And now that means that the Suicune is a lot less threatened and pressured. Magneton is going to come in here and eat an Ice Beam that also freezes. It misses a Hydro Pump, and it's going to stay frozen, though, so no, it doesn't matter. Hydro Pump in this turn is going to kill. Now Blissey comes in, and Blissey gets to recover. You probably fish for Ice Beam here. Nope, just goes to Blissey. That's fine. Toxic here. Wish on the other side. You're just going to be trading damage. Wish recovers up. Anyway, now it's going to go to Kun here. Yep, Kun wakes up. So we're going to start another one of those sequences in this turn. I surf here just to try and get the card for any cheese, but I think ultimately the Blissey just stays in and softballs. Also worth knowing that softball does 13 PP and surf has 21. But when it's not using a softball PP, it's wasting 2 of something else. So when Tar comes in here, and Tar's going to get the roar up, but unfortunately for UD, the pert's going to come out. I think that ZF has a clear advantage at this point. Toxic Mist seems to be a recurring theme in this game. However, this one, at least for the UD side, is in favor of ZF. Now we're going to see a Protect and a Toxic on the other side. Probably both stay in here and trade the Toxic, if I had to guess. Instead, we're going to see an Ice Beam wisely from UD on a Toxic Mist, giving him a couple turns of leftovers advantage. Protect here on an Ice Beam again. Plus, he's going through a lot of PP, which is worth noting because the Kun eventually can outlast it, now that I think about it. Now Kun comes in here. Ice Beam does a mere 8%, but that's okay. It doesn't really need to damage this. Wake up on a Calm Mind. Toxic from UD, sure. But now what? I mean, the last has to be yeah. He goes to it and takes 40 from a +1 surf, which is very little, but just Tar on the rest. Yeah, that's smart. Good play. Roar says 1 sleep turn is burnt, and then The Pert comes in here, eat the slide. I guess the win condition for UD would be this Tar maybe breaking through. But Pert is going to heal a bit here. ZF really just needs to kind of get the Claydol on. A Pert trade would be favorable for UD, I guess, because then Kuhn is needed to take on Rotar. I don't know. I mean, getting the spike off the field is so important. This being Hydro Pump also isn't too nice for UD, as it's going to run out of PP pretty quickly. Starmie comes in here, and if you think about it, that means Blissey has to come in, right? And Blissey has 76, so do we see a Tar double? No, we just see a Thunderbolt. Safe play. No issue with that for me. However, oh, sorry, you might have just seen something pop up my screen. It does waste another softball from ZF, which leaves him at 14, but he also has Wish, so not a big deal. We can see an Earthquake here, that'd be nice. No, just slide. It does 14. He needs to pass a Wish to the Pert. I'd assume that there's a Surf there. Oh, no Toxic, nice play. I think you Surf here then, and then you protect the turn after. Yep, Surf here, and he's out of Torrent, but I don't know. You don't want to really risk that. I think you protect, and then you go Celebi. To the Hydro. So Celebi coming in adds another layer to the dynamic. It comes in on the Starmie, however. I think that you probably can recover here, but it's a bit greedy, as it's going to be doing 40-something. He's going to go for Hidden Power Grass, actually, into the Tar. That's a new development. It's going to reveal a Reflect, so the Hidden Power Bug is going to do a mere 40. He's going to be able to recover out of that range, and then HP Grass can 2-hit KO if you'd like. He's going to need at least one more recover. And then Hidden Power Bug might be rolled into a kill, but he's going to get a Whirl, and it's not going to be into what he would really, really have loved to get the Whirl into there, which is Claydol. However, a double Claydol wouldn't have been really a bad idea there, considering that there's no way in hell he doesn't go Blissey, but he didn't take advantage of that opening, which is fine, as getting the Pert healthy is a bit more important in the direct future, seeing as he's coping with the spike being up, but ultimately removing that spike pretty much cuts off UD's last breath. Speaking of UD, he makes a nice pivot there, but it really seems as if the field is stacked in favor of ZF at this point. I wonder if ZF stays in here. No, he doesn't risk the double, and that was a wise decision considering he'd have been eaten an Earthquake there, which probably would have done about 25. And now the Leech Seed on the Blissey. Definitely a good play there from ZF as it gets this up to 85. And now Pert's going to come in itself, and it's going to eat an Ice Beam for 21. However, the Leech Seed is going to have it heal back 20%, and Leftovers also helps as well. So, oh, Toxic into the Pert, that's something new. That is definitely new. Protect on the beam. Ice Beam there. I don't know. Kuhn comes in here, and it did get a turn of sleep off, but commenting into the Starmie, I'm not sure I'm too fond of that. You switch out, just Thunderbolt risk the game, yeah. You go Tar on the Blissey, take a size pick, sure. Down at half. I'm just gonna pause for 1 second, sorry. Zoom now, sorry. Okay, yeah, anyway, Roar from Tar. Pert takes a free spike, and then Kuhn comes in. Kuhn's probably gonna rest. And it just surfs this. The Tar is low now. It looks as if there's a Toxic there. Yeah, I just don't see a way out. And he gets the spin off. Okay, gets game. Yeah, and the game's pretty much over. Yep. I mean, it's just that when you face Claydol plus Mag with the Spiker on a team like this, it's just such a hard matchup. and UD couldn't really gain much, unfortunately. So he did what he could, but yeah, unfortunate. Good game.